Hello everyone, TAC1421 here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online gameplay commentary. Today I have a TDK deck that I just got all the cards for and I built, and I'm here to showcase a game with it. You'll notice right off the bat my opponent mulligans. Seems like they have some kind of dark deck, and they also have a I saw their aspect, which is that whatever the rock guard I think it's called, and the thing that does 60 damage whenever you attack them. But yeah, so I don't get the typical start that I would want. I do get the two mulligans there, but they don't really help me too much. I just get another supporter and another energy, which I didn't really necessarily need. But you'll see I do get lasered. My opponent is playing Yveltal, some kind of form of Yveltal. Now I'm not sure if it's a Garbodor Yveltal or if it's like a Raichu Yveltal or some other just straight Yveltal kind of deck. I don't know what else he has in there. Haven't really been able to see, but he doesn't play a supporter and he doesn't play a he doesn't play any other Pokemon. So that's good to know. Now I'm gonna go straight for the Helix Force, and I choose to N. Now I was hesitant about that because, like I said, he didn't play a supporter. He didn't seem to have any other Pokemon on this bench. So it might have been kind of a misplay on my part, but I really need to get some more Pokemon out there. I need to start attacking him right off the bat, and unfortunately I don't really get anything else out there. I draw 3 Junipers, which you never really want to see in your hand. You don't want to get rid of all those resources. You can only use 1 Juniper in the end, so it kind of stinks that you have to put them all in the discard. I do use the Helix Force for 90 though, and then you'll see my opponent actually puts the Shadow Circle into play. Now, I think TDK has a very good Yveltal matchup thanks to Thundurus, but with the Shadow Circle in there, we might run into problems. Now, it's good that I do have 90 damage, which means he has 80 left. So if I can get a Thundurus out here, and you'll see one's prized, I run 2. One's prized, as well as another Deoxys is prized because I run 3. So just keep that in mind. It's good to know for the future. Now I am going to put down the lightning, and I'm not going to choose to use the escape rope for 2 main reasons. One, if I retreat the Deoxys, I get 2 energy in the discard pile. You want those energy in the discard pile to start getting a Kyurem, set up. The other reason is because I don't want him to retreat into his other Yveltal, because I want to knock out this one. This one has the damage on it. I'm not too worried about the other one on the bench yet, because the most that he can really do next turn is going to be the 80 damage plus 20 more. So he can probably do at most 100 damage next turn if he's lucky. But I'm just going to go ahead and retreat my Deoxys. I'm going to go ahead and put in Thundurus. And I do have the laser, which means I can do 70 damage thanks to the Muscle Band and the Deoxys on the bench. My attack's doing a base 30. And then I do 20 more thanks to the Muscle Band, which is 50. 2 Deoxys on the bench at 70, and the laser's going to knock him out because he only has 80 damage left on him. So that is fantastic. I do the 70 damage to knock him out. The laser's actually going to knock him out with the 10 damage there, and then I get to put a Prism Energy onto the Kyurem, which needs 2 kind of waters to really do his 120 attack. So that's good. Things are starting to set up pretty nicely. You may have noticed earlier as well that I'm also playing the promo Landorus, and I'm also playing a Sableye, an Absol, similar to my opponent. My opponent's also playing an Absol. So I have to be careful what I bench, but to be honest, I'm not too worried about him doing 100 damage because I can really take 100 damage because, all my Pokemon have 130 or more HP, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. So I am going to play another Deoxys. It may come in handy later, and then I'm going to go ahead and get another Kyurem into play because it's always good to have 2 on the bench there so you can kind of set up both. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the Prism to my other Kyurem probably. So depending if he knocks out 1, then I have 2 set up evenly. And I'm going to go ahead and Bike for 1, and then I'll probably just Juniper everything away. His hand size is pretty low. I don't want to give him more cards, and I would only get 4 cards, so definitely Juniper is the way to go there. Now, I was fishing for a Verbank here so I can do the damage, so I can hit him for weakness because the Shadow Circle is in play. So I do manage to get the Verdbank. I was running 2, so now I'm going to hit him for a lot of damage, and I'm just that like laser away from knocking him out, which does suck a little bit. But in the long run, next turn you see I have Lasand in hand. I can just Lasand up one of his other Pokemon and then knock him out. He's going to knock me out this turn, but I'm not worried about that because he's only taking 2 prizes. I'm going to take 3 prizes next turn, essentially. So he doesn't play a supporter either to end me down to 4. So things are definitely looking really good. I can attach another energy next turn as well, probably to my Kyurem that has the Prism on, or the Plasma on there, so that he's fully powered up. The other one only needs a Plasma or a Colress Machine, or just another regular old energy. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the Prism. I'm going to Lasand up probably the Zorark, or whatever it's called. Zora, the first basic stage of Zorark, which I'm not really too threatened about, but all I'm doing here is I'm assuring that I knock out 2 Pokemon. He'll only have 1 left in play. Even if he were to knock me out or stall me out a little bit, I still have the other Kyurem to knock him out next turn. And he's not going to be able to knock me out with Absol anyway. So I'm going to Frost Spear. It does 60, knock him out thanks to the Deoxys on the bench there. And then I'm also going to get another prize from knocking out the Yveltal. So 3 prize turn. I only have 1 more to go. All he has is an Absol, and things are looking really good at this point. It's pretty much a game. So all he can do really is attack for 80. If he gets a laser out there, then all the most he can do is 110. If he does get a Muscle Band somehow, he can knock me out, but then I can just knock him out with Kyurem next turn. So he can stall a little bit by switching into Yveltal, but I don't know how realistic of a play that might be. He does end me to 1, which is unfortunate. I do get the laser though, and he's going to attach a Giant Cape, which puts him up to 120 damage, but that's basically what I'm doing. I'm not going to play the Juniper. I could have played the Juniper just to kind of see how the hand would play out, but it wouldn't have really mattered too much. So I am going to get the knockout here with my big 120 damage with my Blizzard Burn, 120. It's actually going to do 150. It could have actually done 180 with the laser, so I could have knocked out the Yveltal regardless. But that is going to be the game, so that's how TDK really plays. It's a fast deck. It has a very, very good Yveltal matchup. Some other decks don't really perform very well, especially Pyroar has a very difficult Pyroar matchup. I will be coming with a Pyroar matchup, my Pyroar matchup soon. TDK versus Pyroar, probably in the next week or so. I'll have that matchup for everyone. It was a pretty good game, and I thought I played it pretty nicely. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see everyone next time. Peace.